Good evening, ladies and gentlemen out there in YouTube land. I am Deleted Scenes, human being, American, and YouTube Ronin, and I would like to welcome you to tonight's episode of Live from Sparkwood in 21. We control the horizontal, we control the vertical. I want to say hello to everyone currently joining us on X. I can't see you, but I know that you're there. This program chronicles the 1990s cult classic television series Twin Peaks, its prequel film Fire Walk with Me, and its 25 years later sequel series The Return, as well as the films of David Lynch. Joining me on this odyssey are the superfans. Last call, Troy Shelley.
Hello, how's it going? Good to see all of you. Well, kind of, the way you see people on, you know what I mean.
His better half, Netters Network.
Good evening. I hope I'm more articulate than that.
Yes, I was just thinking my more articulate half.
And the president and CEO of the Flappy Fan Club, Aged Boomer.
Flappy is as Flappy does.
Indeed.
He's flighty.
All right.
But in addition to, you had said, this is about the chronicling of the 2 seasons of Twin Peaks, the prequel, and then the 20-some years later 3rd season. But it's also about the fan-made sequel that comes after that. Queen of Hearts,
indeed,
as well as the forthcoming, what is it? Black
Rose.
Gosh. Black Rose, right? Which got a little, not the kind of update that I could share, but was in contact with Cameron just today, seeking some more input from the potential donors, and very excited about that. Can't wait until we can get him back on here to talk about that project. It's moving forward, and I'm real excited.
Right on. Good to hear. All right. Joining us in the live chat tonight, JPRPH1, channel member. Kapla. To our resident Klingon, Mark Melnikoff.
Do you want me to read that because of the Klingon enunciations in there? This is the blood wine, and this is the barrel. Drink full and descend unto Grethor. The targ is the white of the eyes, and the dishonor within. Faklar awaits your soul.
And to sum that all up, you say,
Nook neck. Well, yeah. What do
you
you want? Yes. Kapla Batje.
What he said.
Success and honor to you.
Honor.
All right.
Yep. And is that a ghoulie, Aged Boomer?
Yes. That's a classic series.
Yeah. Although that particular ghoulie always reminded me a lot of Robin Maxwell's second twin.
Wait, wasn't that the thing from the Elvira movie that came out of her?
I would not be surprised if they didn't reuse props. It's entirely possible. It's entirely possible. Happens all the time.
Why is it in the... Never mind.
Oh, no, casserole.
Probably
right.
Best that I don't know.
But anyway,
yes.
So where we left off last week, we were a bit more than halfway through the it's not a pilot episode, I guess, but it's the first episode of the 2nd season. And I decided to put it back slightly because, well, we are past the halfway point, but I do think it's worth revisiting what I think is one of the best scenes in the entire series, and that's the exchange between Major Briggs and Bobby. It definitely marks a major character change in Bobby that you'll see throughout the second season, and you'll see its fulfillment when we get to season 3 again.
Mhm. Well, I have said time and again on this show that I feel that Bobby has the greatest character arc out of all of the characters, and this is the beginning of that, for sure.
Yeah.
And one of the reasons why this is one of my favorite episodes of the show.
I would say that, you're absolutely right. I do think that other characters had decent character arcs, but maybe not as fulfilling as Bobby's, in my opinion. His wife, for example, I don't feel like she really matured as much as she needed to, which I think you kind of see in the dissolution of their marriage, and of course what ends up happening to their daughter. I'm not saying that Bobby bears no responsibility there, but if I was to balance that out, I say that's more her than him. I would also say that Nadine shows very slow growth, but very satisfying growth by the time we get to season 3. It's like finally, right?
Yeah.
And as a result, Big Ed and what's her name?
Norma.
Yeah. I don't know how much that you could say that their characters grew, and developed and matured, but they do come off as the example of the existential heroes, right? Just waiting it out, and eventually they get past the storm, right? Even though it took decades. So
I would wait for you that long.
I would wait for you forever too, but I'm just saying that, So anyway.
All right. So let's all head on over to Cosme. And I want to bring this up because this seems to be something of a sticking point whenever it comes to watch parties. YouTube has copyright guidelines. Unless a movie or a television show is in the public domain, we cannot physically air it unless we severely edited it down, or
we can't show the episode. The best we could do, and we'll probably still get hit, is if we were to just show clips. You're here for the commentary, and the expectation is that you have your own copy that you're watching along with us. That is if you're watching in the future. If you're watching right now, we are streaming it, on an alternate platform, and that link is provided to you. So by all means, feel free to join us live, if you want to watch along with us. If not, you do need to have your own copy, and you should. If you care enough to hear commentaries about the show, you probably care enough to own your own copy of the show.
And then to add to that, we do get involved watching the show, and sometimes we forget to talk. So yes, there will be silences. It doesn't mean we went away. It just means that we are so involved in whichever scene is happening that we forgot to comment.
I think between the four of us, though, we'll be chatty enough. But
sometimes.
Great point. And yes, that does need to be said.
Okay. So, like, if you're coming along and you see this show, I don't want to see comments saying scam, garbage, you're ripping people off, all of this crap. My channel is.
Wait, have you actually gotten that
comment? I got to tell
comment?
you, have I gotten that comment? Yes.
That we're somehow ripping them off?
Yes.
What the hell are we ripping them off of?
I have no idea.
What did they give us that would be considered to be a ripoff?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, unless they sent us some money or something.
I got one of the guy was like, effing scam. You're nothing but a blog. Why are you bothering with video? You should just you should just have an audio blog. I responded to that one. I said, and how do I show an episode of Twin Peaks or whichever? Because I've had this on my movies, and have it just audio.
Right.
And not get struck with copyright.
Yeah. The people are just, and I have said that on a couple of videos of my own. It's like, do you not understand how YouTube works?
Yeah.
What did you think you were going to find here?
Yeah. I have had multiple people threaten me with trying to take my channel down.
Wow.
Yeah,
I'm still here, folks.
Yeah.
We are following the guidelines that are being set down.
If anything, we're more likely to get taken down randomly because YouTube.
For music or something else,
or for nothing. Yeah. But
so,
I had no idea you were getting comments like that. That's kind of
I do get them, but and the funny thing about it is, I will go and I will look these people up. 16 years on YouTube, no content,
right?
Maybe 2 or 3 subscribers, and that happens, I would say, a good 95% of the time.
Yeah, it's just troll accounts is what they are.
That's what they are. So hey, if continue to troll me if you wish, but if you're an account that genuinely doesn't like my channel,
why are you here?
There are a lot of other channels. Go find something else.
Mm-hmm.
The audience that I care about is the audience I've already got.
There you go.
So there you go. I'm more concerned about losing the people who are in our chat right now, who are here every week, and that's who I do it for. And if you're going to come on and you're going to troll my account, the accounts of the people that I go on these streams with, look, we don't have time for you. So if you want to enjoy the show right now, join us on Cosme. The link is at the top or the bottom, depending on where YouTube chooses to put it. And join us over here because we got one great episode of Twin Peaks coming up for you. So,
yep.
In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, hit it.
There we go.
Double R Diner.
Oops. Let me get this off the screen.
Bobby Briggs Enters, stage left.
Yes.
Did he come in with a cigarette?
Yeah. Yes.
Jeez.
He came in with an attitude.
Well, yes. Yeah, did you see that? The way he sits down, he's just like,
Yeah.
Come on. Yeah, there's no reason why not. Again, I do like the fact that he puts out the cigarette before he
Yeah, but that whole attitude of Dad wants me to join. Okay, fine.
And then look at this, the way he kind of sits, like lying down almost.
Dad, I haven't been in school in forever. Of course, now I want to try huckleberry pie because he's making that look good.
Right?
Yeah.
Right.
Okay.
Flappy's favorite pie was French silk, by the way.
French silk is good. Huckleberries are in season from mid-July through September.
I decided I know which cookies I'm baking for the guys next week.
Which ones?
Limoncello.
Limoncello, cool. Oh, pot pies. Flappy is a pie now,
Okay, those pot pies look good.
don't they?
Just why do they always have to put so many peas in it?
It's part of a pot pie. It's just
I know, but peas are. Oh, I don't like peas. Some people like peas, but I have never liked peas.
Oh. Foyer.
yeah.
Look at his face.
Yeah. And you notice he's sitting up too.
He's listening.
Yeah.
Well, he sat up when he said, "Dad, what is it that you do?" That's when
Yeah.
he sat up.
Yeah. Well, because at first it's like he's trying to reach out, find out something about his dad, and his dad can't tell him, you know?
Yeah, I'd mentioned last time Hank puts on a good face.
Yeah. And that was a, picture perfect salute. I mean,
Well, the Majors wasn't.
no, but he was being casual. Twin Beaks.
Twin Peaks. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like
And
women, yeah, women.
wait,
Yeah, but he's also realizing Hank's the one that I saw shoot. Yep, because he was there.
see, Leo does not put on a good face.
No, he doesn't. He doesn't even try.
Yes.
And I want donuts. See, these guys are always teasing us.
Those look good.
There is some debate among fans about whether or not that was, in fact, Leo Johnson. Oh, those do look good.
Yeah, but you can't tell me that the sheriff and Andy and Lucy, Hawk, and Cooper eat all those donuts in one day.
You burn a lot of calories, hunting, finding fries.
There are actually more people that work at the sheriff's department than we usually see.
Mhm.
I would guess there's probably about another 3 to 6 other sheriff's deputies. that we don't
Ooh.
see?
I want them with the crunchies.
Ah. Yeah, Mark's right. All those carbs.
How is Andy a cop? He's way too sensitive.
I know.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, you just hit him at the wrong time. Roosevelt.
Ooh.
You tell him, Andy.
That's an angry warning. Knock it off.
She liked that.
Oh, because normally Andy's kind of wishy-washy, and this one he's like showing that authority.
And Sheriff Truman looks proud.
And those, I hope those are fresh donuts from when Waldo was killed.
Yeah.
Because
This is at least a day, maybe 2 days after that. So
I keep expecting that deer to come to life and start laughing, the deer head.
Yeah.
Like an Evil Dead. Or Evil Dead 2.
that's descriptive.
He looks like he could use a milkshake.
Or something, yeah.
Or maybe just a glass of water. Just...
The mill. Yeah. About that. Oh, okay. Wait, that's me.
Shopping.
I want to know more about that ginger beer.
Yeah. It would probably be good for his throat right now.
I don't know. It's like you like ginger beer because it sells your stomach. I drink ginger beer and it burns my throat, so I'm thinking it would help his.
Yeah. When the cake is moist AF, yeah.
And Mel Gibson.
Right.
Oh.
See, I would draw a comparison between Pete and Andy with their sensitiveness, you know? And
Yeah.
I'm sorry, you can laugh all you want. You have to admire it too.
Oh. What?
They wrap it in butterflies?
I don't know.
That sounds disgusting.
I'm assuming that's the dessert he's talking about.
And he doesn't say what it is. He just describes this thing that sounds no.
I'll say this:
Very
the
much
best
no.
dessert I ever had was in a French restaurant. So,
Why does everybody look like a fugitive from the 50s?
Good point.
he wanted to chop something else.
Oh, no, you are not a gentleman. That was Matthew McConaughey.
Careful, he's going to go into your dreams and kill you.
Yeah.
I didn't realize how short Jerry was.
Yeah.
It's like, little dude, I can just step on you.
Yep.
I liked when
Meanwhile.
Arnold threw him off the cliff.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
That's a bit of a dated reference.
And is it me? Well, shit, that's out. Wait, is this a Westworld prequel?
Well, kinda. You could look at it that way.
No, that wasn't you. That was Jackie Chan. Wait, we have a station wagon? This changes everything.
I'm sure it's specifically for deliveries.
Yeah. Yes, but that was not originally listed in our list of assets.
You know, it's interesting because not only is there the Meals on Wheels, but assuming that there is some other kind of delivery system that they have, this was a precursor to like DoorDash or, you know.
Hey, look, it's an
whatever.
L-Pal.
Yep.
Yeah.
Well, not there. There.
Yep.
Who does this? Okay. Oh.
And am I correct that this is the last time we see either of these sisters?
I think it's
Until
the last
season
time we
3?
see Harriet.
Yeah.
Laura.
Yeah. Don't go there.
But then I wonder, is she actually dreaming, Laura? And
That's
is
a good point.
And is Harriet one of these secret sort of Force users, as I call them?
Possibly. But then again, you could argue maybe it's kind of like a spectrum, right? The artsy types always have at least a little bit of a connection to it. Mark, that's good to hear. I'd like to hear the details when you get a chance.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
My take on this, when the white hair hits him and he's talking about how weights lifted and everything, that's Bob having completely taken over.
Hmm.
So did they dye Leland's hair for those to make it gray like
Yeah.
that? But my mom had this gorgeous color of gray, and not all natural. And people would ask her what dye color she used, or and she's like, "It's natural." And they're like, "Come on, what's the color? What's the box that you use?" She's like, "It's me. It's Annie."
Hmm. Oh, he's getting fast.
Man, dude. Yeah, it's not like you fed him to a sandworm or anything.
Right, exactly. A little bit. I mean, one could argue that was just an expression of exhaustion, but
And of
that is
course, that's
actually.
where
You go ahead. You were going to say it.
that's where the Agent Cooper tapes end.
Yep, that was the last entry.
Yeah.
That's right. Which actually, signing off, that's a great place to end it.
Lady, he's not the Messiah. Oh, wait.
Yeah, it's like
Well, he's the Quiz Hatterack, right?
Yeah.
Now, you can interpret this as simple childish desperation. But at the same time, given the nature of the whole we all live inside a dream, I don't think it's that far-fetched. You should have gotten it before you went. That's all I can say. I don't think he's going to think less of her for attempting to help. He's going to think less of her for being so rash. Now, here's another thing. He doesn't hear her, literally. But the fireman comes to intercede. Almost like he did hear her prayer. And if you draw the, I think, intended correlation between the various denizens as demons and angels, kind of makes sense.
He is so tall, his head is like an inch from the ceiling.
Yeah. I do like that. Sorry to wake you.
Otherwise, don't step on my lines.
Demons. I was thinking exactly that, Mark, as I was saying it. You were right about the smiling bed. The things I say to you will not be wrong.
Creepy.
That is a little bit odd. It seems logical that she is the one that the fireman was referring to as being the one who has seen him and is ready to talk. Fire walk with me. Wow. Now there's a way to end an episode. Yeah. My goodness.
Different ending. Credits.
Yep.
Now, in all honesty, I think her whole inclusion here was just to showcase her talent.
And if Big Al missed this, he's going to be kicking himself.
Yeah, I know. Boogie woogie. There you go. That's that is the May the Giant be with you. Yeah, that's about right, Nate. That's a perfect dance for it. Exactly. Yeah. So what do we think?
All right. Well, we are definitely off and running for season 2. And we're definitely, of course, we're going to get the whole storyline of how Audrey eventually escapes One-Eyed Jacks. We're going to get we're going to find out that the Renault brothers are not exactly down for the count, and because the worst one may be coming, and more scares, more thrills, more spills, more mystery, and Bob is not yet done with his dirty work, I'm sorry to say. And yeah.
And Leland had a nervous breakdown.
Well, I think that happened to him a long time ago.
Let's see. Last week too, the Jacoby was alive, right?
Yeah, he
yes,
survived. Yeah.
He's in the hospital. Is he still in the hospital? Yeah, I think he is.
Jacques Renault,
deceased.
Yes.
He was snuffed by Leland/Bob. Again, I think Bob's in control right now. That's just my opinion.
Okay. Leo is not dead.
Unfortunately.
Yeah. Yeah, Leo's going to go off on his own separate odyssey, and this season, and remember, this season actually was a full television season. Not the 4, 6, or 8 episodes that kind of pass for seasons. Now, this is the old days. You got a full 22, if not more, episode arc, and David Lynch did say that Twin Peaks and some of his other films, more notably Mulholland Drive, were all sort of same universe. And once he made that statement, season 2 really kind of fell into place for me, because I felt at the time that this season kind of meandered and went off into directions that it didn't need to go into, and I was like, no, the town is the story. Stay inside the town. But once he brings up Mulholland Drive being basically same universe, because the thing that you have to remember about Mulholland Drive is that was originally intended to be an Audrey spinoff series.
Right.
I'm curious where that would have gone had that happened.
We tend to look at how she turned, what happens to her, what seems to have happened to her into season 3. Yeah. And it seems pretty horrible and pretty tragic. But honestly, maybe not as tragic as what happens to you can argue what the main character's name is in Mulholland Drive.
Yeah. Because I am of the idea that everybody always there are people who seem to think that Mulholland Drive is this impenetrable movie that makes no sense. I think it makes a lot of sense, and you got to look at it from a certain angle. That,
in fact, when you start, especially after we watched it, and I laid out all my theories about it, I would be hard pressed. It would be difficult for someone to convince me that I was, not right above the target with my analysis on it, because every time I look at it now, I'm like, yeah, this now makes perfect sense. You got to kind of go out of your way and look at it sideways to for it to not make sense almost after a certain point. I would say there's elements of Twin Peaks that are a little, especially season 3, that are a little bit harder to digest than Mulholland Drive. And if you understand Mulholland Drive the way I think I do, a lot of David Lynch's works kind of come into focus. Twin Peaks to a greater extent, which is, of course, what we're focusing on. Inland Empire, Lost Highway. These all kind of, okay, I see the variation on a theme here. And which is why we actually went through all of those as we've been doing this analysis. So, yeah.
Yeah.
Mark points out that he thinks that Bob is creepier than Sideshow Bob. Well, yes, I would tend to agree with you.
Sideshow Bob.
Indeed.
And I do getting a little high perspective on this again. In season 3, we get the whole thing about the elaboration on the David Bowie line, "We all live inside of a dream," right? But Agent Cole takes it a step further. He goes, "But who is the dreamer?" Right? Then he turns and looks into the camera, implying that perhaps the audience is, in fact, the dreamer. Or one could look at it as it started out as a dream on David Lynch and Mark Frost. Well, let's say on David Lynch's part. He shared that dream with Mark Frost. They created Twin Peaks, thereby sharing the dream with all of us. So now that we are all the dreamers, which is why I argue that productions like Queen of Hearts and Black Rose are faithful continuations of the Twin Peaks mythos, because we are the dreamers. We are the music makers, and we are the dreamers of dreams, right?
That's from Willy Wonka.
Right. Well, not originally, but that's where most people know it.
What?
Yeah, that one is O'Shaughnessy. The piece is called Ode. It's a much larger piece. We are the music makers, and we are the dreamers of dreams, wandering by lone sea breakers and sitting by desolate streams. Yeah, it's worth looking into, but yeah, that one piece is the one that most people remember the best, because of because of that chocolatier, fictional chocolatier. I honestly believe that the Gene Wilder film elevated the Roald Dahl story. I like the Roald Dahl story for what it is, but I do feel like the Gene Wilder interpretation kind of elevated that story, in my opinion, especially because of those kinds of quotes. But that's not what we're here to talk about. We're here to talk about, well, no, I mean, I guess to a certain degree, you know, all of these shared stories, right? They all kind of share the dream, right? This collective consciousness of ours, right? There is a story comes from DC Comics. There was a series called the Sandman. I know that they've done interpretations, they've done films, they've done streaming shows. Forget all that crap. You want to read the Neil Gaiman, actual comics. There is a segment of the Dreaming, the land where Morpheus comes from, the Dream Master, the Sandman, which is the realm of dreams. And in dreams, all people are connected. And all the stories that were ever written, all the stories that were never written but were just thought of, and all the stories that were lost still exist in the dreaming. And I've always thought about that. Every time, we talk about the collective conscious, the collective unconscious, how bizarre dreams are, and how it does feel like you're touching something outside of reality, touching but outside of reality. Like you're almost touching extra dimensional like consciousness, and it's like I can't quite grasp it.
So Sandman, Willy Wonka, and Snowpiercer are Twin Peaks universe. Confirmed. No. Just kidding.
I could be open to that from a certain point of view. Maybe not literally, but figuratively, yeah. I know you meant it as a joke, but yeah. I think there's something to that, a little bit. Snowpiercer. Because of the Willy Wonka.
Fan theory, yeah.
Well, but honestly, that whole theory about Snowpiercer and Willy Wonka is predicated on Dante's Inferno.
Yeah.
So, I mean, if you want to get into altered states of consciousness and things like that, I mean, Joe Rogan did a whole bit on, the beings that shape reality that we can't see, but then some people maybe have when they were in altered states, which could explain everything from elves and fairies to demons and angels and heaven and hell and the dreaming and all sorts of things, reincarnation, all of it. Thank you so much, Ruby, who she gifted a membership on my channel that went to Boosh McFadden. I haven't seen that bloke in a while.
Whoa.
So maybe he'll come around a bit now that he's been gifted a membership. Thank you so much for that, Ruby, who that is incredibly encouraging to me.
And who got the membership on Netter's side?
Did you get one on your side, Netta?
I know. I just refreshed my screen.
Oh, right, because I was looking at my screen. Let me see if it comes up.
Yes, I have one gifted on mine as soon as my chat wants to come up. It went to Logical Spark.
There you go. And there's another bloke I haven't seen in a little while. So there you go. And Mark says, last call with Troy Pacelli, you will be one with the Borg. Resistance is futile. Well, yeah, I suppose from a certain point of view, it's true.
Certain point of view.
13 months of membership, Ruby Hoof. Thank you so much. She says, I hope you're all doing well. Like, subscribe, share. Yes, please do all those things. Ruby Hoof, you are, I pray that there is special treasure in heaven for you for the way that you encourage myself and Netter and every channel that you are a member of and that you come hang out with. Super appreciate you.
Yep, you are Osmo. Thank you so much.
So, any thoughts on the guy who brought the warm milk?
Well, he does come up again at a very particular moment that has already been alluded to. He shows up with a very big clue and kind of doesn't realize that he has it, which is the fun part of it.
And it does really feel like Senor Drool Cup, as he is called, in many ways seems like, the Chalfants, Bob and Mike and so forth, these characters that have real world analogs as well as a lodge element, right? One could argue, go ahead.
Well, I have a question. Is it possible that he's the real world analog for the Giant? Because they do seem to coincide, especially during these batch of episodes. When you see one, you will see the other right after. So I always wondered.
I don't think so. I feel more like Senor Drulacup is like in the fireman's orbit, kind of like and I'm forgetting the character's name, but the heavy woman that we see in season 3 that's in the lodge with the firemen. You know what I mean?
Okay.
But I definitely get the feeling that like the Chalfants, I don't feel that they are what you consider White Lodge, positive elements. They definitely seem to be Black Lodge, kind of operating in opposition to the firemen. I don't know if you feel that way, but I would argue the same is true of the Arm, although the Arm has a doppelganger, so one could argue that there might be a doppelganger for everyone, that for every being that is in the White Lodge, there is a shadow self in the Dark Lodge. And if that's the case, then is it possible that the fireman's doppelganger is, I don't know, Judy, maybe?
Judy.
I was going to say Bob, but it seems very clear that Bob is like an offspring of Judy. Yeah. Anyway, just, I don't have answers. Yeah.
Yeah. Now I'm kind of wondering, did Jordan Peele watch the show?
Well,
he might have.
A lot of people have, I mean, this has been a very influential show, so would not be surprised.
Anywho.
Yeah.
All right. Well, and how many times have we watched this and we're still pondering certain questions, and
which I think is what makes it great, right? I said that
Yeah.
before. I've watched this series so many times, and every time I get another thought. I think about it from another perspective. The more people I talk to, the more ideas I get about it. The fact that we can keep revisiting something over and over and over again, and it's fresh and new in some ways every time, that's a return on your investment, you know, as opposed to so many things that I've seen in the past decade or so where, you know, it's like, have you seen it? And I'm like, I don't know. I might have done. I don't remember, you know?
So Donna mentioned something about Meals on Wheels.
Yes.
Yeah, because we need her to, you know, I mean, without putting too fine a point on it, she needs to follow in Laura's footsteps. She is doing the same thing that what's her name, Audrey and James Hurley, what they're doing it by, you know, their own, you know, sleuthing investigation. It's a shame that the kids didn't all team up. You know, it would have, you know, been way more Scooby Gang-ish. But since they didn't, and that's another big problem. I mean, we just saw it very clearly with Audrey, you know, wishing that Agent Cooper, you know, could help her and guide her and stuff. And it's like, well, you went off on your own. This is what happens. You know, when you're on your own, you're on your own. And that's also going to be true for Donna. It's also going to be true for, eventually it's going to be very true for James when he leaves Twin Peaks. And again, going back to what you were saying before there, Deleted, he leaves Twin Peaks and he doesn't really escape the darkness in the woods, right? He finds it out there waiting for him.
Yes, he does.
So there you go.
All right. All right. Well, a little bit of a little off topic here. And as some of you already know, last year I went in for a certain procedure, and it's time to be doing the follow-up.
Oh.
So, yeah. So, as far as next week is concerned, I will do my best to be here, if only in the background. But yeah, next Tuesday is going to be very interesting for me because
Yikes.
yeah, I am going to go in and get the procedure done, and
Okay.
so my esteemed guest hosts here may have to take over for a week. But,
that's fair. I can manage that.
You know,
does that mean there's also not going to be a mystery movie?
There will be. I'm just probably not going to be able to see the movie. We'll see.
Gotcha.
So, but that show will go on, as will this one. Should I be here or no? And I will do my best. I'll make no guarantees, but if not, then I will most certainly be here in spirit.
Awesome.
If nothing else, but the show will go on. I just want to go ahead and say, yeah, I will be fine. Yeah. Oh yeah, I feel much better this year certainly than I did last. But yeah, they gotta make sure about a few things, and it's not going to be as extensive this time around, thankfully. But I mean, not that I remember, but there we go. Nate says the darkness went after James because he's a Bookhouse Boy. I think. I think that there is kind of something out there trying to kind of corrupt James in a way too, but let's face it, God bless the kid, but he's not the sharpest tool in the shed, and he walks into these things constantly.
Well, that is
And,
true, but you could argue the same thing about Cooper.
Well, you could, yeah.
You know, and so I think it's kind of on point to say that darkness that the Bookhouse Boys have banded together against is a force of corruption. You know, that is what the Black Lodge is. And I think we see it starting in Twin Peaks, and by the return, we've seen it spreading throughout the world. We see the seeds of that earlier on between the nuclear test and the Buenos Aires bit and all of that. You start to realize, okay, this is starting to spread out, or that's where it started, right? Maybe it didn't start in Twin Peaks. Maybe it started with the nuclear testing. But then, the secret history of Twin Peaks implies stuff that went back to even before that. So, there's a very Lovecraftian element to it in that regard.
Yeah.
So there you go. Anyway.
All right. Well, Mystery Night is not yet over, because a certain Victorian era sleuth will be sleuthing.
Yeah, I was going to say is going to get his game afoot. Yeah.
Yes, the game is afoot.
So tonight is the first half of the Hound of the Baskervilles, which is was a made-for-TV production by Granada. So it kind of it took place in between seasons. So I'm going to bring you the first half of that tonight. We will finish it up next week. So yeah.
All right. Well, let's go. Go ahead and go on time around the horn. Troy, what else do you have going on in the next week or so?
Yeah. So I guess the next thing after that would be, of course, tomorrow and Thursday and Friday. The rest of the week, Liquid Lunch every noon at noon Central, 1 p.m. Eastern. Tomorrow will be WTF Wednesday, where I get a little bit ranty about something that's gotten into my craw, usually from pop culture. Let's see. Friday night, Boomer and I will be for last call. We'll be talking AI once again, because honestly, the articles and news and updates about the AI apocalypse just keep coming. So we've got things to talk about. And then yeah, I'm guessing for the rest of the weekend. Well, unless you count Doctor Who, late night Sunday, early morning Monday if you're on the East Coast. We begin the first of the 3 parts of Doctor Who, The Reign of Terror, set during the French Revolution. So there you go. That's what I got coming up in the near future.
Right. Nutter.
Well, let's see. Of course, after this, I am going to also be sleuthing with Sherlock Holmes and trying to figure out the mystery before he does, which I never do. Let's see. Then on Thursday, I don't have a guest this week. I do have a guest next week. So we're just going to be shooting the breeze and having a good time, and I hope to see y'all there for that. Then, of course, I'm guesting Friday Night Last Call, Big Al's channel for Films of Friends. Geeky Geezers on Sunday.
Right.
And then right back here again next week.
Yep.
Right on. Boomer.
Oh, I will be. You can catch me on Friday with the Last Call at Troy Pacelli, and I will also on Sunday for Geeky Geezers, where we'll be talking about apparently even the Pokemon Pop Tarts aren't safe from the mad
Jeez.
scalpers out there.
Oh,
Why
boy.
are people nuts in this day and age?
Oh
fine.
gosh, it's gotten bad, hasn't it?
Yes.
All right. And as for, well, I should probably put myself up on the screen. Hello. Hi. It's me, your host. Anyway, just no joke. I'm just saying. Sorry. Anyway, coming up for me this week will be Action Theater, where I am co-hosting with Outlaw Bill, as we begin our month-long salute to the troops, beginning with our first film from 2016, Hacksaw Ridge, directed by Mel Gibson, starring Andrew Garfield. Let's see. Later on that night at 11 p.m., my program Coming Attractions, where you get to find out what I'm going to be doing next week, up to and including my appearance on Saturday, along with Bill, for the first of our extra dose episodes for the month at 6:30 p.m. And we're going to be watching Operation Dumbo Drop with Danny Glover, Corn Nemec, Dennis Leary, and Ray Liotta. We're also I'm going to be joining Troy and Nutter once again for along with the host, Big Al Presents for Films with Friends, as we watched a classic Disney Pixar film, Up. Then Sunday, I'm going to be joining Bill again for Western Cinema Presents. And since it is Mother's Day, one for the ladies, as we watch The Man from Snowy River. Yes, that'll be at 4:30 p.m. Eastern. No unscripted Sunday night because I might be making an appearance on another channel. But reserved seats will go on as normal at 11 p.m. Guest to be determined.
Cool.
All right. Then, of course, join us right back here. Or at least everybody else, maybe not me, we'll see. Same bat time, same bat channel for the next episode of Live from Sparkwood in 21. Season 2, Episode 2, Coma, which originally aired October the 6th, 1990. All right. So any last words before we wrap the show?
Excelsior!
You guys are Osmo.
Flappy forever.
Indeed.
That's fair.
And as I always say, at the end of every broadcast from HQ, the corner of Sparkwood and 21, and all points north, south, east, west, and beyond. Good night, take care, stay strong, be safe and healthy, because this is how we win. Stay tuned on Cosme. Sherlock Holmes is coming up next. Good night.